Hi, this is Paul Acevedo of Windows Phone Central, here with a video review of Carcassonne. It's an Xbox Live game for Windows Phone. Before I get into the gameplay, let's see what kind of features Carcassonne offers. There's a couple of built-in tutorials. Those will kind of help you to learn the game. Alright, now in help and options, you can choose from a selection of different backgrounds. You can toggle a few basic settings. Help has a detailed explanation of the game rules. I think this is a very useful learning tool. Like, the tutorials will get you playing, but if you really want to understand all of the game systems, it's important that you read up on it just a little bit. Besides that, the game also has a free ringtone. You can play either single player or local multiplayer offline, so let's look at that. You can enable an expansion called the River. This basically adds 12 extra tiles that get played at the beginning of the game that consist of a river and a volcano. But I'm just going to play without them because they make the game take longer. And we don't have time for a full game anyway. They go on pretty long. Alright, now games can consist of up to 6 players. They could be AI players or human players, in which case you would pass the phone. There are 11 AI players to choose from with 3 difficulty levels. They're not too different from one another other than the difficulty. They say a few different things when you score points and stuff, but I just turned that off because it gets very repetitive. Okay. So the gameplay of Carcassonne is a little complicated to explain, but basically there are 72 tiles, and each turn you play a single tile, then your opponent will play one, and the game continues until all of the tiles run out. So this one tile has already been placed, and now I have to build off of it. I can build off of any tiles that are already on the board. My tile consists of a city and a road, so I can put it here and complete a small city, or I can build off of that road, or I can even do this and start a different road and basically a different city. So for expediency, I'll just place this one here. Then after you place your tile that turn, you can place one of your followers if you want. You start with 7 followers, and that's all you get. Now, I'll put him in this city. That's the only way you get points for building something, is if you put a follower on it. So you have to be wise about where you get your points. Now, for completing a city, because the walls go all the way around, I just got a few points, and I got my follower back. The enemy goes. He's put a follower in the grass. That makes it a farmer, and basically any grass tiles that touch this will give him points at the end of the game, but he doesn't get those. He doesn't get the follower back until the game ends, so it's a little bit riskier to play that way. Okay, now this tile, it's a city in grass, and I can choose to make a farmer like he did, or just start a city, so that's what I'll do. And the game continues on like this for a while. You can see there's this little graphical touch of clouds. You can turn that on or off. Placing tiles is a cinch. I've got this tile here. I can just put it in any spot that I want. And I can also choose to rotate it by tapping the tile again. Very simple. That's what I really like about this, is the controls are good, other than the confirmation button, which is a little wonky sometimes. And it automatically does the scoring for you, so you don't have to calculate that like you would in the real game. Single player Carcassonne is pretty fun. You just play against the AI. It's going to take about half an hour for a game. You can save and resume if you want to. I just wish there were some long-term goals, you know, like because other than playing a crazy number of games for achievements, there really aren't. So some kind of creative single-player mode for the video game would have been nice. Carcassonne also has an online multiplayer mode. I'll show you how it looks to set the game up. Okay, I've got all these public places here. I can also directly invite people on my friends list. It's a little slow to load the friends list. There it goes. Then I would just tap somebody to play against them. Now here's what really hurts the online multiplayer mode. All of these people have to be online at the same time to start the game. They actually have to join my game. I can go and the game does have a matchmaking feature, but again, people have to actually be searching for a game at the same time as you or hosting a game at the same time as you. If the multiplayer was asynchronous, then you could just send an invite and somebody could choose to play and you just play over time. I mean, that's how online multiplayer works best in a game like this. So requiring everyone to be together at once, it just doesn't work. If you have a friend who owns the game, you can probably set up a game and choose to play against them. But as far as meeting players through matchmaking, it's just not going to happen. So Carcassonne is a decently fun game to play by yourself. If you're going to play local multiplayer with other people, you'll have a lot of fun. So just keep those things in mind when buying. Thanks for watching. Read the full review at wpcentral.com.